Good afternoon and welcome to Saturday the 8th, I think it is, of December, and I think we're on day 13 or 14 of the Small Business 100-day video challenge. Today I want to talk to you about conversion, marketing conversion, and I think that it's an underused and underutilised piece of marketing, this idea that you ask your prospects for an action that leads to a sale. A lot of organisations kind of leave this to chance by putting their sales materials in a place that can be found, but not really asking for the business, not really asking for a sales conversion. And it throws me back to actually when I was really young, when I was in my early 20s and I had my first sales job, and I left a sales meeting that I thought had gone really well, and I turned to my sales manager, a gentleman called Roger Dickinson, who was a great influence over the early part of my career, and he said to me, I'm confused, Adam, you did all this really good work, building a relationship with that particular chap, why didn't you ask for the business? And I'll be honest, I was a little bit lost. I thought, well, I thought I did. I told him all of the great things that we could do for him. I talked about all of the great things that he would have as an outcome of using our particular set of services. But the thing that I didn't do was ask him to make a decision. And that's a really, really important part of both marketing and of sales. It's this ability just to allow the client to focus on all the information that they've got and then make a decision both positively or negatively about whether or not they want to continue and use your product. And that's what sales conversion is all about. It's not about being pushy. It's not about using sales techniques. It's about asking the prospect to stop and think about all of the information that he's gathered up until this point in time, and then allowing him or her to make a balanced decision about whether they want to take the next step onto what could be the beginning of a sales process, or whether they feel that they would like more information, or perhaps at that point they'd like to step out of the process altogether. No matter what happens in that situation, the minute you ask, you get some form of decision, and that kind of some form of decision, whether it's a positive decision or a negative decision, allows you to understand more about your client behaviour, what your prospects need, and also allows you to convert a certain number of those prospects into live sales. Now, I've also heard some people being a little bit reluctant to ask their email lists or their social media friends lists to do things like make an action or take an action that results in a sale, because they're worried that they might, I think the word that I hear quite often is cheese them off or annoy them in any way, shape or form. I would say to you at that point, if your relationship is strong enough, the people who are ready to buy will just self-select when you ask them whether or not they want to buy. The people who are not ready to buy just won't do anything, and if the relationship's strong, it won't cheese them off, if you like. If they decide at that point that they want to leave, that means that the relationship wasn't strong enough, and either you didn't build enough of a relationship with them before you started to ask the business, or they were never going to be a client in the first place, in which case that's a false lead, and it's actually better off having them out of your list because it gives you a false sense of security. Anyway, I hope all of that makes sense. Today I'm going to just sign off by saying we're in beautiful Kelvingrove Park today. I'm off to watch the rugby. The Glasgow Warriors are playing against Leon in about an hour or so I'm really looking forward to that. Thanks very much indeed again for listening. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Take care.